Hello, hello. Oh my God, you guys. I was so nervous right now because, like, I did everything. Everything was working perfectly when I tested this last night. But here we go. We are ready to dive in. So, before we get started, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you are the only one struggling while everyone else is thriving? Well, I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. Last weekend, I spent 72 hours at a mastermind with Charlie Morgan, who's pulling in 7 figures a month with his online course business. And what I discovered shocked me. And it's going to shock you too. So keep me posted about what you're thinking in the comments. This is a conversation. All right. So today, I'm going to show you all the details that I learned in this mastermind. And we're going to talk all about what 7 and 8 figures entrepreneurs actually do different, how they scale fast, and it's not more content. The biggest takeaways from the 100 million mastermind that I was just at, and what I'm doing differently in my own business starting now, and how you can apply these secrets to grow your business too. But first, what is a mastermind? Right? So, a mastermind is an event where entrepreneurs who are generally at the same level get together and ask questions to the room and to the host. The host, who's typically at a higher level, will answer the questions and then open up their business as well while they're answering those questions. So, let me know in the chat here, has anybody been to a mastermind? All right. So, what this means is that this weekend, I not only got to hear about the obstacles that other course creators and coaches are facing right now, but I also got an insider view into Charlie Morgan's multi-million-dollar business. And I'm not kidding here, guys. This guy's pulling like million.2 every single month. Okay. So for me, the best thing about the mastermind was that the other entrepreneurs and Charlie himself shared their best tricks for business and growth that you just don't see online. People like do not share this online. Okay. And they also shared stories about what didn't work for them, which can save me and you, because I'm telling you all about it, years of trial and error. All right. So I want to talk today about some of the things that really shocked me. Okay. So shocking. Everyone's going through the same shit, no matter where they are in business. So at the mastermind, the first discussion topic was voted on by the group. And guess what won by a landslide? You can drop your guesses in the chat here. What do you think was the number one topic that entrepreneurs wanted to talk about? Let me see your guesses in the chat, you guys. There's a little bit of a lag here, I think, but what do you think were the number one topics? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay? By far, the number one thing that won by a landslide that everybody wanted to talk about was not how to scale, Lou. Nope. It was not AI, Will. No, keep trying. It was mindset. It turns out that nearly everyone in the room was battling the same issues. So, imposter syndrome, poor focus, and self doubt. Even the guys making 10K, 100K, or a million per month, everyone was dealing with the same shit. So, you are not alone. Right? We've all seen the hustle porn posts online that say that in order to succeed, you need to live this perfect, productive, confident life, knocking out every task in record speed. But it's bullshit because nobody actually lives like that. They don't. So if you've ever oh my God, you guys, why is this word so hard to say as a Brazilian? All right. So if you've ever procrastinated over starting a task, scroll through social media instead of working, or worried that you're not qualified to make a video on a topic, seriously, don't beat yourself up, because every single one of us has thought everyone has this figured out except for me. But the truth is they don't, and we're all just as messy as each other. So that is the very first thing that was covered at the mastermind. And even Charlie Morgan, who makes $1 million a month, has gone through these mindset issues. And hey, YouTube censorship, thank you Funny name. What are you censoring? Hey, detective's desk. All right. So happy to have you guys here. You guys, party in the chat. All right. This is why we're doing this live. This is a conversation. All right. Let's move on to the next thing that shocked me. Shocking. Nobody. Let's try that again. Shocking. Nothing and nobody goes up and up and up and up. You know how everyone on the internet loves to show off their amazing businesses or like I'm making 10K every month. It's all sunshine and rainbows. And you, on the other hand, you're like, oh my God, my views are down, my sales are down. I know that watching that kind of content can make you feel like a failure. I've heard it a million times. Has anybody ever felt like this? Like, fuck, everyone else is like killing it and I don't have a client. I don't know what to post content about. I'm not qualified. Let me know in the chat if you've felt that way before, because I know I have. I've felt that way before. But one of the most refreshing moments at the mastermind was when the hosts, who are like, they're literally famous for pulling in insane amounts of money, admitted that they had a really shitty revenue month last month. And then they walked us through how they fixed the problem. Okay. So in their case, they run a lot of ads and they noticed that their ads just weren't delivering so well. Google apparently has changed some of the guidelines, like you're supposed to not say, oh, I can help you make money or I can help you get this many clients. So Google changed all that. And because that's a big part of their messaging, their ads stopped delivering. And in their case, they had to fix that, right? In your case, maybe you're not super clear on your messaging. Maybe you're not exactly sure how to acquire clients, how to get clients into your business. And if that's the case, then what you have to do is look at the problem and find out what the problem is and then figure out a way to fix it, right? But in any case, what really stuck with me was this simple truth. Even the most successful people in business have bad months. So the next time you're feeling low because things are slow, that's like, that rhymes. I like that. Next time you're feeling low because things are slow, just remember that this happens to every single one of us. And success really looks like this, right? You're going up, but you have those down moments. Success does not look like this, not for anybody. So if you're having a low month right now, like if you're feeling really down, you can let me know in the chat. You can also not, because I know that sometimes that's a little sensitive, right, to talk about. But just don't get down on yourself. Know that every single one who's on this journey is going through those same things. And if you want to do this, then you have to know that you're going to be exactly like surfing these waves, Lou. Exactly. All right. All right. So, shocking. You need to feel pain before you get to the promised land. Now, I know that what you want is to create content that you love and have clients flowing in with ease, right? Am I right? Let me know if that's what you want. Tell me in the chat if you want to just create content and like clients coming in. Let me know. I see BV, that's what you want. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Because I mean, that is the promised land, right? Just having these clients come in and be like, oh my God, I want to work with you. Like you are the person who has exactly what I want. Now, the good news is that that's possible and anyone can get there. Even you, I promise, anyone can get there. So drop in the chat. I know that I can get there because I know that you can get there. All right. That's the good news. Now, the bad news is that anyone who says it's going to magically happen overnight is simply lying to you. That's the truth. Because the truth is you need to do the work and you need to be better than your competitors. Like there's a lot of people out there doing really good things. And for you to stand out, you need to be better. So for putting in the work means that you need to get to that next level, right? And for Charlie, putting in the work meant cold calling prospects for years. I have never seen a man who is so good at cold calling because he did that literally for years on end until he became the best. And for some creators, putting in the work means spending years building an audience. The way that I teach my clients to put in the work is by getting super serious about market research, really having these conversations with the people that they want to serve, building those relationships, and truly getting to know your clients better than anybody else so that when you talk to them, so that when you create content, they have that feeling of like, oh my God, is she reading my mind? Like, how does she know that that's exactly how I feel? But in order to get there and to create that content that's super magnetic and that people are like, you are exactly the person that I want to work with, you have to be serious about market research. The takeaway here is that if you're not making sales right now, you need to identify the problem and then fix it. So if your problem is messaging, like nobody's reaching out to you, nobody's relating to what you're doing, nobody's like, oh my God, you're the person that I need to work with, then you need to do market research. If the problem is you're having a slow sales month, maybe you need to reach out to more prospects who want to work with you. If the problem is my content isn't delivering, then go back to messaging where we first started. If your problem is I'm not creating content at all, then maybe it's time to start your YouTube channel. So I want to hear in the chat, what is the problem that you're facing right now? Why are you not making sales? And let me help you identify that problem, right? Because I see here in the chat, Detective's Desk knows that he can get there, or she, I don't know. Nathan knows that in an ideal world, that's what he wants, right? To get people to be attracted to him and to want to work with him. Shout out to Nate, by the way. Nate's a client. I love seeing clients lose a client. Love that. So tell me, what is the problem that you need to identify right now? Like, why are you not making sales? Let me know in the chat, you guys. We're having a little bit of a lag here, so I want to know what's happening in your business so that we can identify it and fix it. You and Detective X, he's a he. He's a he. All right. If you're a she, that's okay, guys. We can be fluid here. We're good, right? All right. Do you know that's my question to you. And if you email me later or if you want to chat, I want you to tell me, you can DM me, what is the problem that is happening in your business right now? What is it? Messaging? Are people not talking to you? Is it sales? Is it content? All right, let's identify that problem. And then I want you to tell me what it is. Okay, let's move on. Oh, wait, we have a problem coming in. Problem incoming. Have not found the right product yet. Okay, perfect. Detective's Desk. What you need to do is market research. You need to speak to people who are potentially your ideal clients, and you need to ask them, what is the problem? Why are you in pain? And then really understand what is happening to them so that you can create a problem you can create a solution to their problem. All right. I have a video about market research. Can somebody on the team drop the video about market research? I think it's the one that is like, you're going to be 99% ahead of content creators if you do this. All right. Mish, is that how you say it? Mish, MYSH. My problem is creating my product. What to start with? I'm in psychology coaching. Do I start with calls and online workshop, start small, start big? That's such a good question, you guys. I'm of the idea that you need to start with a signature offer, because if you start small, you need to get a lot of clients in order to make your income goal, right? If you do a workshop, a live, you need like hundreds, maybe thousands of people to help before you can start seeing some serious income. Whereas if you create a signature offer, it's a high ticket offer that delivers a real transformation, then you can start making 10K in like 90 days. All right. So Nate's biggest frustration, asking people how to climb the cliff of home renovation. Awesome. Detective Desk just got started. All right. So let's move on. All right. Ready? Shocking. And this is going to ruffle some feathers, but I'm going to say it anyway. You need some masculine energy to run a business. Now, what do I mean by that? See, when I started my business, I relied a lot on my intuition, what felt right, how do I think this fits into my life, and a lot of other things that are usually associated with feminine energy. Now, to be clear, all of us, man, woman, non binary peeps, we all have both masculine and feminine energy, right? And I've been feeling like I need to bring in more masculine energy into my business. And what I mean by that is just like more logic, more metrics, more data, more spreadsheets, right? More decisions made based on the data and not on emotions. And at the mastermind, what I learned is that Charlie and his team run their business like a fucking airplane cockpit. No pun intended with the cock there. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, she's sassy. See, because when you know the numbers in your business, it's really easy to see where your bottlenecks are and identify the actions that you need to take to fix them. And what shocked me is that a lot of business owners can get to those $10,000 months without this, but it gets really hard to scale past that number unless you know exactly what's happening in every area of your business. So my question to you is, what are you tracking in your business? Are you tracking your sales conversions? I know that this is something that we were tracking. We were tracking content conversions, where our leads were coming from. But are you tracking how many people are coming from a specific lead magnet? How in depth is your data in your business? Because again, you can easily get to 10K months without this super specific tracking of data, but it gets really hard to scale past that. So masculine energy is literally something that I got to the conference, and one of the things is like, so what are you looking to get from this conference? And I was literally like one of 3 women there, and one of the things that I said was masculine energy, and it, got a kick out of everybody got a kick out of that, so that was fun. All right, so let's move on. Okay. Oh, this is my favorite, you guys. I think this is like my absolute favorite thing that I learned at the conference and that I also kind of already knew. So, shocking. Your sales conversion rate is solely dependent on one thing and one thing only. Okay. If I try to sell you this mug and I'm like, it's fine, you're not going to want to buy it, right? But if I'm like, this is the most amazing mug that I have ever used, I fucking love it. It's electric, keeps my fucking coffee warm so that I don't have to go and like microwave my coffee. No, it keeps my coffee warm for hours. It's got this amazing feel. It looks sleek. I love it. It doesn't matter if the mug costs $100 or $500. I know that my sales depend on how much I believe in this product. And the same thing is true for the sales of your product. Okay. And you believing in your product depends on 2 things. So the first is how good you think your product actually is. Like, how much do you believe that you can bring results to your clients with your product? How much are you confident that your product can change your clients' lives? So that's the first level of conviction that you need to have, right? My product is fucking awesome. It changes lives. My clients get the most amazing results from it. And I believe that more than anything else in the world. And then the second thing that you need to believe is whether you think that it's worth what you're selling it for. So my product is worth $1,000, or rather, my product is worth fucking $10,000, but I'm selling it for 1,000 because this is a no-brainer. Like, of course people are going to pay $1,000 for this. This thing's amazing. It's going to change people's lives. And that's it. Your sales conversion rate depends on one thing only, and that thing is your conviction. That is a direct quote from Charlie Morgan, and I stand by it. So let me ask you this. How much conviction do you have in your product, the transformation that you provide? Let me know in the chat. I really need to know. Like, tell me how much conviction you have in your product in the chat right now, and tell me how much conviction you have that it's worth how much you're charging, or rather that how much you're charging is a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, of course people would pay for this because it's going to change their lives. It's going to bring them this amazing transformation. Let me see. Let's see in the chat. Okay. So Lou would have said energy. But yeah, it's the same thing, right? Your energy around your product depends on your conviction. If you're not convicted that this is like the most amazing product ever, then your energy is going to reflect that. Um Dave says having issues with audio and video keeps cutting out. Is anybody else feeling that or experiencing that? Let me know in the chat. Okay, so Detective's Desk is what happens when your competition is always undercutting your price. Detective's Desk, you ignore it because your product doesn't depend on your competition. Remember, you're better than your competition. You know that you can change your clients' lives, that your product is a no-brainer. So I don't look at my competition's pricing, and you shouldn't either. Okay. Audio video good for me. Okay, awesome. So it sounds like Dave, that's on your end. I'm so sorry. All right. So Nate, it makes their life totally different. Yeah, like you need to believe that or else you'll never sell. Okay, no issues, all good. Amazing. Audio video so good. Thank you guys so much for letting me know. All right. Let's move on. Or wait, so wait, before we move on, is everybody here convicted that they have the most amazing product and that it's worth even more than what they're selling it for, than what you're selling it for? Yeah? All right, good. Let's move on. Shocking. Your success is inevitable. You just need this one thing. Now, I know that you think that to get from 10,000 to get, I'm sorry, let's start that again. I know that you think that to get to $10,000 months or $100,000 months, you need the new strategy, the fancy funnels, the big audience. But really, you don't need any of that. And I know this firsthand because I walked away from a 7-figure online business and over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube to start my business from scratch. And I made $492,000 in 6 months with a super simple, repeatable strategy that I teach my clients every single day. And I have clients who started with 0 followers, like Tiffany. Is Tiffany in here? Is Tiffany in the chat? Started with 0 followers and she made, I think, 12K. And I have clients who went from making $0 to making $66,000, like Karen. I don't know if Karen's in here, but she did that without building a single funnel. So you don't need the strategy. You don't need the funnel. You don't need the audience. So what's the one thing that you need to go from 0 to $10,000 per month, or from $10,000 per month to $100,000 per month? Any guesses? Let's see in the chat. Drop in the comments. What are your guesses? What is the one thing that you need to go from 0 to $10,000 or from $10,000 to $100,000 per month? Beth needs a heated cup of coffee in my life. Same girl, same. Here with my mug that I'm so convinced is the best thing ever. Anyone else? What do you need? Amazing. Tiffany and Karen. I know, Lou. They are awesome, right? Lou's in our community. He's seen it firsthand. Mish has no idea. That's why I'm here. Amazing. I'm about to tell you, but let me see if anybody else has any other guesses coming in. What's the one thing that you need to go from 0 to 10K, or to go from 10K to $100,000 per month, or to go from 100,000 to $1 million? What do you need? All right, I'm going to tell you. Automation, personal language trainer. I don't know. What do you guys think? Automation? Anybody else? Clear copy that makes the journey worth it. Okay. Okay, that's a good guess. Anybody else? What do you need? What's the one thing that you need to go to your next level? All right. Ready? You need, oh, we have one more. Lou, clients. Well, yeah, we need clients. Good client results. That's a really, really good guess, BVV. Okay, how do I say this? BVVVGD. Blah, blah, blah. Dave says a clear offering. All very good guesses. All right, but none of you got it. All right, here's what it is. You need to decide. That's it. You need to decide that you're sick of feeling stuck, that you're done with being broke, and that today you're going to change that situation. And that today you're going to change your situation. And that decision alone is enough to get you to take action, whether that means reaching out to your potential clients, finally raising your prices with conviction, or joining the program you know will help you get or joining the program you know will help you get there. Even if you're scared, because the people who succeed are scared too. They just do it anyway. I'm going to tell you guys a story, okay? So like I said, I had a 7-figure business, 200,000 plus followers, and I really wanted to start my business in the US because all this was in Brazil, where I'm originally from. Brazil, olá. But I was scared as fuck, you guys. It took me 4 years to decide, just to decide, because I kept overthinking it. I kept being like, oh, who's going to listen to me? This is just some Brazilian girl. What does she know? I've never heard of her. And then last January, I decided. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Fuck it. I'm scared if it doesn't work out, like, what do I have to lose? I already don't have a business in the US, right? I already don't have clients. People already don't know who I am and people already don't believe me. So what do I have to lose? So in January of last year, I decided I'm going to do it. Fuck it. I decided. And then that was exactly what I needed to put in place all the simple strategies that got me, again, to $492,000 in 6 months. And again, it's not about a fancy strategy. It's not about a funnel. It's about your decision, because when you decide, you are going to do what it takes. You are going to reach out to your potential clients. You are going to write the copy. You are going to build the offer, right? You are going to get the customers. You are going to set up whatever it is that you set up, but you need to decide. So if you're stuck at $0 and you're like, I would really love to make $10,000, my question is, like, have you decided that you're going to go through the pain to make that happen? If you decided that you're sick of being broke, are you going to do what's next? Are you going to reach out to the potential clients? Are you going to build that offer? Are you going to talk about your offer? Are you going to show up? Are you going to embarrass yourself on social media? Because it is embarrassing, you guys. Like, the space between wanting and having is a shit ton of embarrassment and failure and no's. But you have to decide, because if you don't, you're just going to continue living in that fear. Yeah? So have you decided that you want to go from 0 to 10K? Have you decided that you want to go from 0 to 100K? I have decided that I'm going to go from 6 figures to 7 figures. I've decided. And that's why I dropped 30K to be at the mastermind. That's why I got my ass all the way over to Dubai. And trust me, I didn't even like Dubai that much. It was fine. Like, it was good. I'm so glad that I went. But it's because I decided. So have you decided? Let me know in the chat if you've decided. In the chat, in the comments, whatever. I don't know what we call it. I'm like, this is a party. Let me know in the comments if you've decided. All right. So before we get into Q&As, I want to ask, it's a rhetorical question. So what's the real lesson from all of this? I think the real lesson is that growing a business and a YouTube channel is hard. If you're serious about your success, you need to surround yourself with like-minded creators and like-minded entrepreneurs, because this will motivate you, it'll help you level up faster, and it'll give you people to share your wins with and your failures with so that you're not all alone. Having that support system makes all the difference in keeping this journey sustainable long term, regardless of what stage you are in business. So, I highly recommend joining a mastermind like Charlie's if you're making multiple five figures per month and would like and if you would like an intro to him, let me know and I can definitely introduce you. Or if you're still trying to crack those 10K months and want to talk about how you can work with me, or if I can intro you to somebody else to help you get those 10K months in the next 90 days, you can let me know if that's something you want to do. Okay. So if you want to work with me so that I can help you get to those 10K months in the next 90 days guarantee, just book a call. I'm going to have my team book a link, drop a link in the chat. All right. So let's get to questions so that I can answer your questions. Let's get to questions so that I can answer them. All right, guys. So again, this was a mastermind with Charlie Morgan, 3 days in Dubai. We talked about a lot of different things. These are the most shocking aspects that for me were like, okay, this is amazing. I need to share this with my people. But let me know, do you have any questions? Is there anything that is just like burning inside you that you're like, I must know about this? Drop it in the comments in the chat. This is your moment to ask any questions. And I am loving to see here that personal language trainer has definitely decided. Nathan has made the decision. Lou has decided. YouTube censorship knows that you have to believe you can. You guys, that's it. You just have to decide and be like, fuck it. I don't care if it's painful. Fuck it. I don't care if I'm embarrassed. Fuck it. I don't care what my parents think, what my friends think, what my followers think. I decided that I'm going to do this for me because I owe myself the lifestyle that I promised myself. All right. Question. Do you have any data on how long an online program has to be to give the best completion rates and happiest customers? What's too long? All right, Mish. Let me, I just want to say that I see your question, personal language trainer. I just didn't see it before, so I'll get back to it. All right. So how long does an online program have to be? The answer to that is as short as it can possibly be to get your clients the transformation that they desire. So think of it this way. Your client right now is in pain. They are suffering. They're like, fuck, I need to find a solution to this problem. And they want to get that solution as fast as possible. So it's your job to build a time machine to get them from that point A of pain and suffering to that point B of like, okay, I got that result that I really wanted as fast as possible. So what is the transformation that your program offers? If you're helping your clients lose 10 pounds, that might be 3 months. I don't know. If you're helping them build a business that makes 10K, it's 90 days. That's how long my program gets my clients from 0 to 10K months. So what you need to think about is like, how do I remove as much fluff and only include the exact things that my clients need to get that transformation? And when it comes to completion rates, it's all about that transformation, because the biggest mistake that I see people make is like, okay, I'm the expert. I have all this information in my brain. So I'm just going to pump it all up from my brain and dump it into an online course. And then that course is huge. It's overwhelming. It takes months. And then people are like doing this work, but they're not getting that transformation. So they drop off. It's no wonder that course completion rates are as low as 5%. So your job is to strip all that away and give them exactly what they need to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. That's why I say that building an online program is like building a time machine. All right. Okay. How do you surround yourself by mentors and entrepreneurs? All right. Personal language trainer. The best way to do this is to, first of all, network, right? So you want to reach out to people in your niche, reach out to people in adjacent niches, introduce yourself, bring value. Like the worst thing you can do is introduce yourself and be like, I want this from you, right? Like you need to bring value to the to the interaction. So that's the first thing, networking. The second thing is work with the people who are at the level that you want to be at. So let's say you're at 0K months, or you're like making 2K and you're super burnt out. The best way to surround yourself with people who are in the position that you want to be in is to look at people's stories. So like, is there a coach out there? Is there a course creator? Is there someone who has been in the same position that I'm in now and overcome it? Right. And then reach out to them, ask them about their programs, ask them about how you can work with them. And then you are going to be working with someone who's at the level you want to be at. So they're going to be able to guide you on how to get there. And you are going to be working with other people who have the same problem as you right now and who are also on that journey of trying to reach that place that you want to be at. So I always recommend being in group programs with mentors and with coaches who are currently at the level that you want to be at. That's how you're going to be able to get to that level too. And also how you're going to be surrounded by entrepreneurs who have the same goals as you, who want to reach the same level as you. All right. Hope that answers your questions. Again, guys, if you have any follow-up questions, just drop them in the chat. This is your moment. I am answering questions. All right. Truth and Love wants to know, how do we connect with our market? Where do we find them? And how do we communicate to them when we are going to start the program? All right. Great question. So first thing to do here is figure out where, well, okay, first thing to do is, are you clear on the transformation that you provide, right? Because this is a mistake that I see a lot, and I don't mean to call you out here, Truth and Love Connections, but a mistake that I see a lot of people doing in the spiritual space and, the kind of like more woo-woo niches is saying things like, I help women find their internal fire, or I help people feel more like themselves. Like, that is not a real transformation. So you need to get really clear before anything else on what's the point A, where is your client right now, where they are really suffering, when they're just like really feeling down on themselves, they're at like rock bottom, and where is the place that they really want to get to. So you need to start by getting super clear on that transformation, that A to B transformation, that again is something tangible. Now, when I say tangible, guys, I don't mean like, oh, $10,000 or 10 pounds, but I just mean something that's beyond like feeling more like themselves. Okay. So that's the first thing. All right. Once you have that clarity, and again, listen, you don't have to be like super clear. I know exactly who I help and how I help them, but you do have to have this initial idea, because we're about to make that really super clear in the next steps. Okay. So once you have that, what you're going to do is you're going to look for other people in your niche who do something similar to what you do. So who are other influencers out there, authors, content creators, whatever, who do something similar to what I do. And then you're going to follow them. And then you're going to start reaching out to those people who follow them. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to say, hey, person who follows this influencer, I wanted to, I'm building something to help people go from A to B, and I'm currently doing some research. So I would love to get on a call with you and ask you a couple questions. Like, I'll buy you a coffee in exchange for your time. You can send them like a $5 Venmo, which you can deduct from your tax return. So it's great. But offer to buy them a coffee so that you can ask them questions about how they're feeling, so that, that transformation that you think they need, right? So you think they're in point A, you want to get them to point B. It's not super clear. What you're going to do is you're going to ask actual people who are going through that questions to turn that, I think this is what the transformation is, to I know that this is what my people want, right? So offer to buy them a coffee and then ask them like, hey, what are your biggest pains? Like, what are your fears about this? What is your ideal situation when it comes to this? And the great thing about this is that, listen, First thing is you're not selling anything. So you remove so much friction because think about it. If you've never sold anything or if you're not super clear about what you're selling, it is a big ask to get you to like send people a message and be like, I'm selling this. Do you want to buy it? Like there's a lot of friction there. Whereas if you just reach out to them and say, hey, I'm doing this research. I have nothing to sell you. This is not a pitch. And by the way, this is all true. Okay. Because at this point, you don't have anything to sell. People are a lot more open because people love talking about themselves. They're going to be like, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to help and I'd love to talk about myself for 45 minutes. So you want to get people on these calls and ask them these questions. What are your fears? What are your desires? What's your ideal situation? Right? Like if you could have someone help you through this, like how would they help you? And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, are amazing at the end of the call. Thank you so much for all that info. I'm working on something that might be able to help you. Again, I don't have anything yet, but is it okay if I reach back out to you once I have that thing done? And they're going to say, yeah, obviously, because they're in pain, they're looking for a solution, and you're offering to bring them an actual solution to the exact thing that they are hoping to solve. So then you're just going to schedule a second call with them, and then you're going to sell. But here's the magic. As you're going through this process and talking to people, you're going to get so much clarity on exactly what it is that you need to offer, what they need to, like what they want to buy, how much they would pay for it. So you're really getting all this data that's really, really important for you to build your offer, right? You're also gaining so much confidence because now you're talking to strangers, which is something that like perhaps you've never done before. And you're building that client pipeline. This is how clients go from 0 followers to 10K months in 90 days because they're reaching out to people with nothing to sell. And then so often people are really like, at the end of the conversation, at the research conversation, they're like, wait, so what can I buy from you? Because we position the questions that we're asking to build your authority, right? So people are like, wait, I really want what you have. And I call this the credit card in your face effect because it's just that's what it is. People are like, okay, how do I pay you? Right? Like, how do I work with you? So truth and love, I hope that answers your question. And then how do we communicate to them when we are going to start the program? You literally just say like whatever the date is, like 30 days from now. So you commit to talking to people for the next 30 days. And then in 30 days from now, you can get on a second call with them and be like, this is what I'm selling. This is the price. Do you want in? It's that simple. All right. Mish, again, hope I'm saying that right. He's saying that's super interesting. I always have the feeling I'm stripping away too much and my lessons are too short for people really to value them. Okay, this is super common, Mish, because again, you're the expert, right? So you feel like there's so much knowledge that I must give. But the point is, you really just need to give them exactly what they need to reach that transformation as fast as possible. So like, that's all you need to think about. Like, how do I get them from A to B as fast as possible? Okay. And again, this whole research process is going to be really good for you as well, because people will tell you exactly what they're looking to do. And then you can go through all that knowledge and be like, wait, if this is the only thing that they're looking for, this is the exact result that they want, does this other thing need to be in there? And then you can ask yourself those questions. All right. And then Mish still, my program is go from digital gaming addict to happy person with a social life. That's so good. The problem is I can't guarantee that. I only sell awareness. They need to put in the work. Could I reword this somehow? Yeah. So the way that I would reword it is I go from digital gaming addict who insert pains here, who doesn't see their friends, who has no relationship left, or whatever it is that's happening to them, to a person with a social life, so that you can make friends, start a relationship. I really love these so that sentences, like, because that's really what's going to make that result super tangible, right? So you want to make that I help whoever it is go from feeling, this like terrible pain, like the things that they're actually feeling, to happy person with a social life, so that they can get that ultimate result and that feeling from that ultimate result that they really want. And then you're asking me, okay, you can't guarantee that. my first question to you is, have you done that yourself? Because if you've gone from a gaming addict to a person with a social life yourself, then you have validation that your process works. And then what needs to happen here is your clients need to what? Decide. They need to decide that they want that transformation. And you're giving them the tools that they need to decide. Now, how do you know that you can actually make that happen for them? Well, you need to start working with clients, which is why what I teach my clients to do is, again, you've done the research, you go back, you sell your program, and you sell it for less than you would to beta clients. And you're like, hey, you know what? We're going to do this live. This usually would cost $2,000, but I'm currently selling it for $1,000. And for that amount, you get to like work really closely with me. And then what you're going to do is you're going to really hold your clients' hands in this first beta group to give them the tools and the processes that they need to go from addict to person with a social life. And you are going to collect testimonials, you're going to collect client results. And with that, you've got a proven product. So remember, you want to get that cash flow in first. So sell it, deliver it live so that you can really, really hold their hands. And then after that, you've got a validated product. All right. So Detective's Desk. I want to help people with low income to start saving small amounts of money in crypto to achieve high interest rates and start taking profits from their investments straight away. Oh my God, that's so good. Now, what are you going to do, Detective's Desk? You're going to reach out to people who fit that profile again, and you're just going to get on a call with them and ask them questions, because again, you need to build those relationships, you need to build that confidence, you need to gather that data, like what do these people actually want, and then you need to build that client pipeline so that you can sell to them. All right, so you've got what you need. All right, and Mish, go get that beta program running. All right, you're welcome. All right, you guys, any more questions? Did I answer all the questions in the chat? Does anybody else want to? Okay, Truth and Love says, I'm focusing on burnout and overwhelm and creating pathways and audio tools to feel self. Okay, cool. I'm looking to educate them on the safe way to do and set up a system so that they can do it safely. Amazing. All right. Lou says, amazing takeaways. You need to decide to change your situation, feel pain before you go to the promised land. Sales conversion depends on one thing, conviction. Thank you, Lou. That was a beautiful, beautiful summary of everything that I learned from a guy who is bringing in $1 million a month. $1 million, not a year, you guys, a month. So I think that, it's worth listening to those. All right. JM Tech is asking, audience. What about audience? You don't need one. Who needs an audience, you guys? Again, I left an audience of over 200,000 subscribers. And I didn't tell anybody. And I started a program from scratch with zero audience to prove that you don't need an audience. So you absolutely don't need an audience. What you need is to find people in your niche who need what you have to offer and reach out to them. And again, don't sell. Nobody wants to be sold to out of nowhere, especially if you don't know what they need, because I'm guessing at this point you don't know what they need, right? So don't sell to them. Just reach out to them and be like, hey, let me buy you a coffee. I want to ask you some questions. So dang, decide is the most difficult thing to do due to procrastination. See, that's the thing. Everybody's going to procrastinate. You just need to, if you don't decide, you're going to continue procrastinating. And usually, you guys, procrastination is a symptom of a couple of things. Fear. So you're scared. Therefore, you're like, oh, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'm actually going to get results from this. And so you don't do the thing because you're scared, right? Often also it's a lack of clarity. So you're like, I want to do this thing, but I'm not exactly sure what it looks like. I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to help, how I'm going to help them. So you procrastinate them. But again, if you decide, then you're going to do the thing that you need to do to get that clarity, right? You're going to have the research conversations. And the third thing is, again, you're just like not sure that you can do that. That's the same as the first. Anyway, the point is, deciding is what's going to take you to that next level. So I hope that everyone here decides that you can go get what you know that you are meant for, because I know that so often you know that you're meant for more. You know that, right? It's inside you. You're like, I know that I can do this. I know that I'm meant to leave this 9 to 5 job. I know that I'm meant to like live comfortably. I know that I can help people. You know you're meant for more. So I hope that you decide to go and get that, right? To go and make it happen. And if you're ready to make that decision, I am here to help you. You can email me, you can DM me, you can hop on a call. The link is pinned to the top of the comments. I'm here to help you. All right. We are going to do another live next Wednesday. I haven't decided on the topic yet, but based on the conversation that we're having here and based on the questions, I'm thinking that getting super crystal clarity on who you help and how you help them might be a really good thing for us to talk about next week. So if that sounds like something that you think you want to talk about, let me know. And I will absolutely hold that space and have that conversation with you. If there's anything else that you'd prefer to talk about on Wednesday, let me know in the comments, because I will be here again next Wednesday at 12 p.m. to get you to that next level of clarity and to help you decide. All right. Detective Death says, I was thinking of, after talking to them, give them free crypto and show them that they can grow their small investment. Do you think that they make do you think that that might work? I think that you need to first just collect data. Then you need to get all the information you need to sell your program. And then maybe you can give that small amount of crypto as a bonus for signing up to your program. So they're signing up, they're like, okay, I'm paying however much it costs, 500, 1,000, 1,500. And then you give them that small amount of crypto as a bonus for deciding to work with you. All right. All right. So another topic would be how to get past the I'm not ready feeling that you mentioned in the beginning. Okay. That's a really, really good topic to do. All right. Cozy Constellation, I'm so sorry that you missed it. We are at the end, but like I said, I will see you guys here next Wednesday, 12 p.m. This was so much fun. Thank you so much to all of you who have kept me company in the chat. You guys are the best. I will see you on Wednesday. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And if any questions come up, feel free to DM me or email me or comment on any of my YouTube videos. I will get back to you. All right. See you next week, 12 p.m. exactly here on YouTube. Bye.